We live. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? We're back for another episode of It's All Mad in the Dugout. I'm joined with Devo and Yannicka. We've got our guest coming soon. So I'll introduce her once she jumps in. So yeah, how's everyone doing?
You know what? I've been better, innit? It's been a long time since I've been vexed because of a certain sport, which we won't mention. But that vexed me today, man. That vexed me. So, yeah, let's talk something other than that sport.
And you're wearing the shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, how are you doing?
I might just take this off, actually. Yeah.
All right.
I don't know what it is, but maybe it's because I just come off a stream, but I'm a little bit like pumped up. So if you're wondering like why am I so jumpy and I'm so excited, yeah, I've just come off a stream had a nice little debate, and it got a little bit heated in there. To be fair, I felt like I may have touched the nerve. I hope I didn't. So sorry if I did. I didn't mean any offense in it.
Say what you need to say with your chest.
No, I know, but I don't really want to trigger anyone in that type of way. But I think they're fine anyway, because
yeah, just say it. Keep it moving.
We've had our run-ins before. But yeah, gonna do the usuals. Thanks for subscribing. We're on that 1K. So glad about that. Thank you. Make sure if you're here for the first time, make sure you like the video if you're enjoying it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Check out all our socials. Mine's is It's All Mad J. Yannicka, she's changed hers. It's Yan City, and Devo is at Devo LDN. So let's run that intro. Oh my. Right, so what are we talking about tonight? I'll just give everyone a quick rundown. Obviously, we all know. All right, got the list up here. So we are gonna be talking about oral sex. We got a picture that we're going to be talking about. That's going to be an interesting one. We're going to talk about...
related to the oral sex, by the way.
Which isn't related to the... We're going to be talking about a rapper that has done something which will lead into our other topic, which is our musicians' role models, which is a very, very good one. A lot of talks about it as well with the recently Cardi B and the song WAP. We're going to touch on racism. And we're going to do our lovely section, Would You Rather? Neeks has sent us a crazy thread, which is going to be interesting.
I'd already saved that thread before he tagged us in it, because I was just going to reel those out week after week, because some of them are insane.
But I guess he beat you.
He kind of beat me to it, kind of ruined it. I was like thinking I'll surprise these guys with this nutty out there kind of Would You Rathers, but Neeks ruined it.
So for our Would You Rather section, we're going to be going through that thread, and if you guys think you've got anything that has topped that, then type it in the chat and we will answer that once we get to that section. So yeah, we've got a fun packed show, but we need to get going so we don't run out of time. Please don't tell us those scores because it's getting crazy.
It's 9 now. Finish.
9-0. Finish 9-0.
One flat.
Man's been beaten 9-0 twice in 2 years. Anyway, but let's not talk football.
Okay.
We're talking other things now.
But yeah, before we get into our first one, I'd just like to say, make sure you subscribe to our podcast. Also, we are on Spotify, we are on Apple Music. So please head to the link in the description, subscribe to us on there, follow us on there. We'll be uploading these podcasts that we do on here onto that platform, and every so often you might get some extra content on there that most likely won't be on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe to that to get that extra content. So let us begin. So we are going to start with our topic being oral sex and the police. I'm gonna let Devil run this one because he
Please comment it. You're selling this in a completely different light.
So let me let Devil take over this because he's the one that has come across this article. I've had a read of it, which is quite mad. So I'll hand this over to Devil.
I didn't even read the article. I just saw the headline on Instagram, and I thought, you know what, that sounds funny. So basically, I think a place is being robbed. I think it was a petrol station was about to be robbed, and this woman came up with a good idea at the time to offer this guy a blowjob to keep him occupied and distract him from what he's trying to do until the police could come and sort out the situation. So she thought on her feet, she thought fast, she thought, boy, my place of work is about to get robbed. This is a bit mad. I'm gonna suck his dick until the police come so that I could be a hero. So, like, I wonder, my thought process is, how did she get to that point? What were her other, like, bullet points? Was it like, okay, I could just talk to him, and maybe try and calm him down. Maybe, I might flash him one titty, try and keep him calm. How did it go from just like, right, I need to do something, I'm gonna suck his dick? Well, how do you come to that? Like, there's so many that you could have just offered him some food. Do you know what I mean? You're at a petrol station to say, boy, you want a sandwich? Do you know, like, chill. Do you know what I mean? Just relax, bro. It's not even worth it. There probably ain't even that much money in a petrol station. Do you know what I mean? I don't understand that. Like, and it just made me think, because it made me think of when I worked in Aldi for a little bit. And I remember being there, and there's this, like, if there's 3 bells, you have to run because it means something's happening or someone's trying to steal. And in my head, I was like, I ain't running for shit. This ain't my shop. Do you know what I mean? Like, someone's stealing something, then fair play. So I literally saw someone steal something from the shop. And straight TV wondered, I didn't do shit. You ain't paying me enough to come be standard. So imagine I get punched up and I have to see these same shoppers every day. No way. I'm not being a hero. So I don't understand how she went from 0 to 100 real quick. I don't understand.
You know what they say though?
It's not my shop.
Say, for example, someone steals something. Say you work at JD and someone steals something and you run out the shop after them and they stab you to death. The company say it's not our problem. It's not
exactly.
So why would you put yourself at risk? Or even if you just caught them and they see you out on the street later, you could end up with some serious issues to protect a multi-billionaire who owns the business. Like, I think if it's a small business, it's a little bit different. But when it's like a big company like McDonald's, JD, people like that, why are you stressing over that? It ain't your problem. Like Shell.
Londis, Shell Londis.
Shell is a big company, man. They don't need your money.
No, I'm not protecting them at all. Sorry. You come to Teeth, I'll just turn my back. Say, you know what?
I didn't read it. Oh, it's in Slovakia. Okay.
Let's see. A woman allegedly performed oral sex at her own will on a man who was robbing a petrol station in a bid to distract him until the police made it to the scene. At the petrol station in Slovakia, the thief is reported to have demanded money from the tills. The unarmed woman then willing. Unnamed. Sorry, my head is spinning. The unnamed woman then willingly offered the man fellatio, according to the police source. Police spokesman Michael, I can't pronounce your last name. In one of the rooms, the officers saw the man receiving sexual services from the young woman. The police were able to apprehend the suspect despite him putting up a resistance. The investigation continues.
Wow. Imagine being a guy robbing the place as well.
Do you know what's mad? Some girl, I actually heard a story once, and this is like it's kind of different, but it's the same idea. And basically, this girl, she was asleep in her bed, and some guy must have broke into the house. So he came, and he was trying to sexually assault her, right? So he raped her. He actually raped her, right?
Whoa.
So she was like scared because she was being raped at like gunpoint or knife point. I think it was gunpoint. It's in America. And she actually is really clever because what she thought is, I'm going to offer him, rather than like start screaming, get off me and trying to attack him, because he was always going to do it. Like he wasn't going to stop. So she let him do it. She like calmly let him do it. And then she said to him after, obviously there's two ways she can react. She can either get angry or like say, get out of my house or whatever, or she can act calm. So she decided to act calm, this woman. So she said, do you want a towel to clean yourself up? So this idiot was like, yeah. So she gave him the towel, he cleaned himself up, then he left. DNA all over the towel, got found guilty.
What an absolute...
Well,
you know what?
You wouldn't think like that.
No, that's different. That's a different level
very
of
intelligent. Because
intelligence.
he wouldn't have got found guilty if she didn't do that.
Yeah.
If she
No,
just reacted differently. So
that's very
I'd
intelligent.
just like to bring in Bianca.
Bianca, always got the mad angles going on as well.
You know what it is? I've not set up the tripod. I've just spilt wine all over my bed. Like it's not going well, and I'm already late. Like, please.
All right, we'll just deal with this angle. It's fine. It's cool.
I'll fix it in a minute. Let me just pour another glass, and then I'll fix it.
Yeah.
But yeah, go.
Now, do you not come bring me here to laugh at me?
No.
I didn't. I thought you were ready in it because you came in and your angles were fine, and then all of a sudden, like it's all moving. So we didn't know.
Is that better? Is that still a mad angle?
It's slightly better.
There's a double chin or anything going on. Just let me know.
But yeah, Bianca, I'm sure you heard. But we're talking about the lady that gave oral sex to stop a robber from getting away from the petrol station, and Yannicka was just telling us about how.
Yeah, you might need to fling up the article again. So
okay, let me fling up the article.
It sounds a bit mad when you just say it.
Hold on, let me bring this article back up. So,
really, you just need to see that. That's the headline is enough.
I mean, it's a pretty good distraction.
Yeah, but my thing is, I don't know. I've never worked for a company that I would be willing to do anything like that for any of them. Do you know what I mean?
What if it was your company?
If it was my company, then it's something different because you're trying to take my money. You're trying to take money out of my pocket. Then that's something different. Then me and you could come to some sort of arrangement. But you know what I mean? But if that's someone else's, I remember in one of my old jobs, this guy, he came in for like the training, and my old boss was like this Scouse brother, and he was blunt.
Hey.
Do you know what I mean? You'll say certain things blunt, but because it's Scouse, it comes across a different way than how he meant it. But like he said something to this brother, he came late, and the guy was trying to say, "Oh, it's because of the underground," and my boss said, "Don't blame the underground, blame yourself. You're a grown man," something like that. And this boy flipped out. He's like, "Who the fuck are you talking to, blood?" Switch.
Oh.
Now I'm from South London, so I understand what's going on. My boss is from Liverpool. He don't know what's going on, man. He's just thinking, who's this boy coming here for an interview and he's carrying like this? Do you know what I mean? So my man smashed up the office. Like when I say smashed up the office, and like broke the door. And we had one of them, you know, them old lifts where you have to pull the door and then pull the next one to get in it. Like he didn't understand how it worked. He's just trying to pull this thing to get out, mash up the lift, and left. So now, a few months ago, and I found out that the company have now like charged him for criminal damage. So I've been asked to go to court and all this thing. I said, "All right, cool, whatever, we're in court." And then this guy's
snitching.
Snitch.
No, well, boy, at the end of the day, I went. The man smashed up the thing. I saw it. My company's asked me to go. That's all right, cool. I don't have to work. Cool, let's go. Cool. So, cool. The man's asking me all these questions. He's asking me questions about my boss and saying, would you consider yourselves to be friends? I said, no. If you would have seen the look on my boss's face, I said, no, we just work together. I don't know him outside of work like that. And he came to me afterwards, we're not friends. I said, no, you employ me. I come here because you pay me. I don't know you like that. Man was
wow.
But, you know, if that man would have started swinging, no way would I have wanted to defend anybody. I'd just watch my boss get beat up. Do you know what I mean? It's not for me to be hero.
I feel
Pay me hero money. I'll be the
might
worst
be
bodyguard
ripping my
ever.
job here. Yeah, but when people come into my workplace and I see them teething, they can teeth. I don't mind. Like, it's got nothing to do with me. It's none of my business. Crack on.
Precisely. Good luck to you. Good luck to you.
Well, yeah. So, yeah, that's mad. So, I just don't know, innit? I ain't got. That's just mad. I guess maybe she's protecting her job. Because if the money goes, maybe she loses. I don't know, innit? They always teach you, like, whenever someone's robbing, just let them go with it. It's insured and stuff like that. So
Some people
Did you
just
ever
like to be
consider
hero.
that maybe she wanted to do it?
that's probably what that I was just about to get to that. I was maybe she
one of them.
I don't know
fantasy.
why. I just can't think why anyone would want to. You don't even know the guy. Like, you know what? I can't actually think.
Here. Do we have a picture of him?
I don't think there was a picture there.
I don't think there was any pictures. It was just
So
a petrol station.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, no, never. Like, you come to rob, buy. Just take what you want to go. Take what you want to take and go. Cause why? Why? I ain't got nothing. I don't know what to say. But we'll move on to our next thing. This one should bring quite a spur. See if I can get this shared on the screen. Stop screen, share screen. Right, there we go. Add. Who deserves your seat and why? A, B, C, or D? Different people. So A is a lady with a baby, her child. B is an elderly. C is someone with a broken leg and then crutches. And D, I'm not sure what that's supposed to be.
He looks like like a zombie or something. Like, he shouldn't be on the bus.
Someone. So we all know D ain't even gonna get that seat. He shouldn't even be
D
there.
most likely hasn't paid to get on the bus, so he don't deserve it.
That might even be. That looks like it's a train. I don't know what it is, but either way, D is not getting anything here. So, what do you guys think?
So I'm the person in the seat.
Yeah.
So we're the person in the seat. Who deserves your seat?
But how do you know that there's nothing wrong with me?
So
That's just something to throw out there.
Are you going to argue with these people and try to prove that there's something wrong with you?
I mean, if he knocks off his glasses, he can't see them.
One of them fly ones. Yeah. No. I think Yannicka said something interesting to this one in the group.
I said, me, it's my seat, innit? Now, you know what? You know what, though? Like, for me, it's an awkward one because chances are, in that situation, yeah, B is going to be looking at you like you've done something wrong. Do you know what I mean? So B is going to be giving you pure evils, like, girl, I'm old. You know, but the thing is, like, if the bus moves suddenly, like, C could be in a bit of, you know, like, C might not be able to stand up, innit? So it is actually a hard one because me, like, I love babies, innit? So I'd probably say A because, like, it's a baby. But, you know, and I wouldn't want her to drop the baby. Whereas the others, you know.
Yeah, but you know, the thing is, B, if B drops, she might not get up.
Yeah, so, you know what? Most people say give it to the elderly. That would be the most obvious answer, the elderly people.
Yeah.
So you'd probably give it B. Like, if I see an old person on the bus, I'll get up. Like, but then if I saw any of them, I would get up. But yeah,
I would look around.
It is hard because there's all got their reasons for getting that seat in it. Apart from D, because that's dead.
Yeah,
I don't know. He literally dead.
I think D is dead. So I would probably get up.
I shouldn't be on this show. This is the wrong show for me, honestly. Because I'm thinking, like, okay, if your health is that bad and you can't stand up, like, number one, what time of the day are they traveling? Is this rush hour? Because you have to know that you might have to stand up. And then again, you got to consider, why is nobody taking an Uber?
Times are hard, man. Times are hard. Can't just be paying Uber money.
They got free travel, innit?
You know what I mean?
Actually, it's true. A couple people there might have free travel.
For me, I'd get up quick because it looked like Dee's about to eat someone. And I don't want that to be me. So I'm jumping off this thing quick. So you can have my seat because that's a zombie.
You're right. You know what? The fact
That's
that
a zombie.
there, everyone should just vacate the train.
Done.
I just want to know what D is actually. I'm gonna when I put this out on Twitter, I need to know what D is.
You know what I think D is? You know what I think D is supposed to be? Well, it looks like a sort of zombie, but maybe it's supposed to be like someone that's poor, like homeless. Like, I don't know, because I can't see it being a zombie. I can't see it.
Yeah.
Open his clothes. So I don't know if it's just someone that's poor, like a poor man. But then why would he need a seat? They don't really make sense.
In the train and I've got to get up. Nah, you
know what I would probably do? I would probably stand up and let them make the decision between them who's going to sit there. That's what I would do. I'd just move out of the way and leave it to them.
Anyway, so.
Make them fight. Make them fight for the seat. No, but for real, if that was me, I'd probably say to B, you can have the seat, because if an old person drops, they're gonna have to stop the train and just wait for medical assistance. And obviously, I'm on the train. I got somewhere to go. You can't be stopping this train for me to sit there and wait for you to come get medical assistance. So I'll probably give it to B, because, and I'd also look around and cuss anyone else who ain't getting up, because I don't want to be the only one getting up. So I look to someone that says, "Hey, you need to get up as well," you know. See what I mean? Like, not just me. You get up and make these people sit down. What's wrong with you? Make everyone look about this big. But no, that's a bit of a mad one.
No, do you know how petty I am with things like this? I've already looked behind his legs to see if there's people sitting behind him. Like, are there seats behind him?
I'm not gonna lie, I would do the same thing. It's like, why is it? I remember one time on the train, I was like, someone came to me, he's like, you should give your seat. I'm like, why are you coming to me? I'm like, is it because I had to pay the race card? I was like, is it because I'm black? Look how much other people are there that you can ask. Why are you asking me? And we got on a big full-blown argument. I was like, it's definitely because you're racist, because it's definitely because of that, because I'm black and you think that I should get up and give you my seat. I'm like, you can ask anyone else. Why is it me? She was going off on one. I was like, listen, I'm sorry. Luckily, I was getting off the next stop, because I would have just sat there. We've just been arguing, and then I think she just moved in the end. I don't think she even sat there in the end. It was a joke, man. Sometimes I just drop that, because I'm gonna do it, innit? Like, what's that thing? It's called white guilt. I'm gonna drop it, because it needs to be dropped sometimes with the madness that happens. It's gonna get dropped. But I don't know what it was. Why should I give up my seat?
I've had one time on the train and I'd like been rushing and I felt so faint, like I was gonna faint, and like there was no space, on the train at all. And I wanted a seat, right? But someone came up and was like, "That's my seat." So I had to move. So it got to the point where I had to get off the train because I was gonna faint. Do you know what I mean? But like, nobody was like, "Oh, let her sit down." Do you know what I mean? Like, I've had asthma attacks on trains before, and no one's got up.
No one's getting up. Everyone's got their head down in newspapers and all sorts. Ain't nobody getting up for anyone these days.
So, like, I know that I'm healthier than other people, but when I'm having an asthma attack, I'm not healthier than you. Like, I cannot walk. Like, it's but people just don't care. Like, because you look young, they assume that you can stand for the whole journey. But like, if I see an old person, or if I saw any of them people, I would get up. Like, and I'd let them sit down in it. But like you say, on a packed train, you shouldn't be the only one getting up. Like,
that's exactly what I'm saying. Why is it me? Why me?
Yeah.
Do you know how you avoid all of this?
Go on.
Ubers. Just drive everywhere. That's what I do. Even if I can get train, whatever, I just drive.
Yeah.
On to our next one, which will lead into another topic. Sharon, I got this ready. Let's go. So, a rapper that a lot of kids used to listen to Some grown people too as well. Yep.
Watch me, Nene. Yeah.
He has. Apparently, he's been charged with murder over shooting his cousin. There you
He
go.
looked so happy there as well.
Rapper Silence has been charged with murder over shooting his cousin. Authorities have said the 23-year-old music star, real name. I love how they always just name drop them in these things. Ricky, I'm guessing it's Ricky Hawk, was arrested by officers from the DeKalb County
Georgia.
Police Department in Georgia on Monday and placed in custody. It comes following the death of Frederick Rooks, 34, who was found with gunshot wounds. So yeah, what do you guys have to say on this? Which will lead into our musicians or rappers role models.
But it's weird. Like, it sounds weird because you'd expect this from them kind of rappers that rap about shooting everybody and killing off everybody. Do you know what I mean? His song was so jovial. He just wanted to dance. What went wrong? You know what I mean? It's something's gone wrong there. But it's a bit of a bad one. It's your cousin as well. That's crazy. But family disputes can go wrong, so we don't know what happened behind the scenes. If he's done it, then he deserves what he's gonna get. It's a bit of a mad one. I don't even really know where to start on that one, to be honest.
Bianca?
I just think all these things here are just out of control. I'm just too old for all these rappers and their shootings and their killings and their drillings and their knifings and their all of their masks and all this stuff that I'm seeing. I'm too old for this. I'm tapping out.
Yeah,
it's sad. It's not like, what would make you go and kill your own cousin? Like, over what? And I don't understand, like, when these rappers get to a certain level of success, like, why don't you leave that stuff behind? Like, you're always talking about how you want to get out of the hood and the struggle and how you're so grateful for where you are now, but you still living the same life and doing the same things. I don't understand.
Some of them, they struggle to get out, though. They may have the success outwardly, but inwardly they feel like the mentality is they're just used to struggle, or they feel like if they do move away, they're going to leave all their friends, they're going to leave all their things behind, and then people are going to think, oh, you sold out and blah 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 and all that kind of stupidness. And
that's the problem.
Sometimes you're just so involved in where you came from that instead of looking forward to what you can be, you keep looking back at what you've come from, and you just want to look good in front of your friends and that.
I think it's like you can take the boy out the hood, but you can't take the hood
That's
out.
It. Yeah.
I guess it makes sense. But to me, it's just sad because you got people killing their friends and killing their cousins and stuff. It's just too much.
When I saw the story, I was just like, what's actually happening here? Like, I remember there was a party here. I'm not sure if Bianca was at this one. But there was a party here, and obviously there were kids, and they were all doing, when the song came on, they were all jumping around, doing their little dances to this song. I'm just like, how did you get from there to killing your own cousin? Like, it's not even like he was doing drill or any of that kind of things. The guy was just calm, and then next minute, to be fair, I ain't heard from him for the longest while. Next minute I hear from him, he's stabbing or shooting or whatever it was to his own cousin. I'm just like, and it goes back to, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just our race in general, but we always feel like if someone goes off on success, it's like, why do they deserve that success and we don't? It's like, right, you think you're too good for us now, you think you're gonna leave the hood. It's like they want you to succeed, but then when you succeed, it's like you have to still be with the hood. But it's like those two can't go together. So
it's
why is it?
Though? I mean, I can empathize because I look at it like this: like those opportunities for these young black men, they're far and few anyway. And if you and I go to the same school, we live on the same block, we've had the same education, but I'm on food stamps or universal credits, and you're a multi-millionaire, I'm going to think, why?
Yeah, jealousy.
No, I hear that, but why do we have to be in this mentality? Why can't it? Why? Yes, your fellow, your person, I don't remember what I'm trying to say. We're trying to excel. Most people are trying to excel. So if you excel, why is it that you're gonna be mad at him for excelling and doing good? Shouldn't you, if you were friends or whatever, surely if him excelling will help you excel too, because he's going to open up pathways for you. Surely.
No, it's not
Surely,
always like that.
but not always. That doesn't always happen.
I hear that.
People are very jealous, and people like to make excuses for their own, shortcomings. So if someone else, as Bianca said, if someone's come from the same like background as you and they're doing really well, it could make you feel like that could have been
drive us though. Why are we always jealous?
Instead of it being something that drives you, you're saying is that, oh, he's got all of this, he's lucky, blah blah blah, and you're taking that disappointment and deflecting it onto someone else rather than using that as a kind of example of what you can achieve. You're just looking at it like, nah, I hate him. He's got everything I should have, blah blah blah, because people want things given to them.
But the thing is, I hear that, Devil, but we also have to look at in terms of, I look at different communities. I look at like Turkish community, Asian communities, and stuff like that. And in my area, there's a lot of there's shops, and they've gone through. I'm sure they're not all family, but they've gone to different people within that same community. So this is one shop across, literally down the road from me. They've been there for years, but different people run it. I'm pretty sure how they do it is they all put together, they run it for a while, they move on. I see these shops expanding. They're coming to like big superstores, and I'm just like, us as black people, if I went to you, okay, not you, but I'm just saying, if I went out and I said, look guys, let's put our money together, let's open a store or something all together, more times than ever, ain't gonna go anywhere. And plus, if we were to go out and do that, we're not gonna, because of all the things that happen behind the background, we probably wouldn't even be given a line of credit to bulk buy a whole load of items. So with us, there are things that are fighting against us to we can't get anywhere. But as a people, we don't really want to work together. We're always like, bruh, like, I'm gonna blow and it's just gonna be me. It's like every man for themselves, like crabs in a bucket kind of thing. And for me, I feel like that is an issue that we need to get through.
Yeah, I suppose there's sense in what you're saying. And that is something that we have long been, it seems like there's always a division within the black community that isn't necessarily there or isn't necessarily highlighted in other communities. But it's always highlighted within our community. It's always at the forefront. When you talk about black communities, there's always a division. That's always the main, that's what's highlighted the most. It's never, and even when it is, they try, people try to find ways from outside to make it look like we're divided. Yeah. So yeah, there's sense.
We don't even want to support our own businesses. Do you know how much time and before all this COVID, I used to be like, oh yeah, let's go out to eat. Where do you want to eat? They'll say Chinese, this, that. I'm like, what about some good Caribbean? Now I can get that at home. My mom cooks it. I'm like, wait, what? Like, what does that mean that you can get that at home? You can get chips at home. You can get fried rice at home. But why is it that you can't? Well, it actually annoys me, and it does go deeper. And I feel like, I guess this is like, obviously we've got up to, but this is a topic for another day. But I feel like we don't really support each other. Our community, everything is always me. I. No one actually wants to get together and say, you know what, let's actually work together. And I think that is a very, very big problem in our community. And it just goes. It's just there. It's evident. Like yes, there are things against us, but at the same time, there are issues that we, as a community, need to sort within ourselves as well, or else we're never gonna get anywhere. And the other people out there see those issues. That's why racism, I'm not saying it should happen, but that's why these things happen, because they see the infighting that happens between us. There's always segregation between us. There was a time when it was like dark skins versus light skins and all of these things. They're always trying to segregate us, and they know it from the outside. So they play into that, and then it feeds off of us, and we keep doing it more, and we keep staying in there. So if we're going to get anywhere, I feel like we all, as a community, we need to actually come together and look at our problems that we have between ourselves. Once we sort that, then we can tackle so many other things.
Yeah, there's really a picture, and it's got like, it shows people, and it's got like, it says like white people, and they're helping each other up. And then it's got like, Asian people helping each other up, and then when it's black people, it's like pulling each other down. And it is like that. Like, I've had loads of discussions on Twitter, like with American Black people, and they're like, "Oh, mixed race people ain't Black," and it's like, yeah, okay, I understand the whole, you know, the whole point where both parents aren't Black, whatever. But the thing is, it's kind of like, by doing stuff like that, you're just segregating. Like, if these people are being racist, like say the mixed race person being like say they're like discriminated against dark skinned people or something, that's fair enough. You should, like, you know, cuss them out or whatever. But it's like a lot of the time you're both fighting the same cause, but yet they're saying, "Oh no, you can't fight it because you're not like us." Do you know what I mean? It's just like things like that. That division allows for there to be a lot of segregation, because people, even in their own community, like you say, light skin versus dark skin. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's bad. Colorism is really, really bad. In general. Like, it's just, I didn't grow up with a lot of it, because like my family are like completely half and half. So my Black family are all Black, my white family are all white. There's no like mixed race people. And my cousins actually, like, they're all a lot darker than me, obviously. But in my family, it wasn't seen that way. Like, the darker ones were the better looking ones. Like, that's how it was seen when I was a kid. But I grew up with like kind of almost reverse colorism. It's weird. Like, my cousins were seen as better looking than us because they were darker than us, which is really weird. But yeah, that's just like how it was. But even that, it's like things like that. It's just, it doesn't help anyone. And I think everyone's like, if you look at some of the people like Malcolm X, his mom was mixed race, I think. You know, like, not everyone is 100% Black in that way. So I think it just, everyone's kind of got to work together to fight it, not like kind of say, "Oh no, you're not part of our group. You're not part of our group," because other cultures, like you say, they don't really do that. Like Asian people, they have their own problems with colorism too. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I was just going to say that. South Asians especially,
yeah, they're really bad. They're like, if you're lighter, because I had a friend and she was Indian, but her family were like darker Indians, and she was very light. And she was saying that like she was like the outcast of her family because she was like really light and everyone else is dark. It's just really strange. Like, I just find it really weird. Like, at the end of the day, you know, it's, my family are like all different shades. Like, trust me, like my dad's family, they go from light, like my color, to darker than like you'd ever. Like, it's just in the same family.
That's the lighting though.
It's like there's different shades in the same family. So it's just like, especially as Jamaican people, I just don't get it. Because you can have a kid, you could have 3 kids and they're all different colors. Like Caribbean people are like that sometimes. So I just find it mad personally. It's a mad thing.
Well, yeah, that is a whole can of worms. That all of this, a whole can of worms that we'll probably need a whole show just on this topic, because we will go off on one. Because there are a lot of things I want to say on that, but obviously, we're up in the game now on YouTube, and we monetize, so we gotta be careful in it. They might track us down for being a bit too left, or whatever the case may be in it. So, well, but still, we'll definitely chat about that. But we're gonna move on to racism, and I'm gonna let Devil take this one here. Yeah, let me let Devil take this one.
Okay, I'll take it. Basically, it's around a lot of people that have seen what's happened on Twitter, and firstly on YouTube, with Latimus Prime, someone who we all know here, who was racially abused on a live stream by someone whose name I don't even care to remember. He was called a Black Cocoa Head, and then he was called a maid in a stream, which was, Prime was the only black guy there. I think there was 7 white guys on the stream. And when these things were said, no one said anything. And it was said just as clear as I'm talking to you now. It was said that clear. Everyone heard it. They put out a statement.
Apparently they didn't hear it.
Yeah, they put out a statement after saying they didn't hear it, where there's conversations going on, blah, blah, blah. The video was then deleted because it would have brought a lot of bad pressure on the people who aired the video in the first place. For me, they shouldn't have deleted that. They should have kept it there, and they should have faced the problem head on. instead of trying to delete it and sweep it under the carpet, which is what happens all the time. Terry and the guys at the Football Terrace tackled it. They got the guy on and they confronted him about it. So fair play. And
He didn't even look bothered.
For me, you know what? The thing when
He
I
didn't
watched
even
it,
look like he cared.
when
like
I watched
he
it, I think he was just sat there because he felt like he had to sit there and take his licks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He didn't seem apologetic. He tried to apologize. I think he felt that he had to. Hopefully, off the back of this, he will actually reflect on what he did and what he said. And for me, when you're that brazen that you could say something like that live on YouTube, that's not something that is out of character.
That can be correct.
That's not out of character. That's something that's been in there, and you feel that you can get away with saying something like that because he said it with his chest.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking to you now, he said that with his chest. That weren't like a little, let me say it under my breath and see if anyone catches it. Man said it clean. And Latimer's pride, he didn't respond to it there and then. And you know what it is? We can all sit here and say, I would have said this, I would have said that. But I've been in situations before where something's been said, and in my mind, I'm like, well, did he really say that? And you're confused. You're like,
It's true.
But he couldn't have said that. Yeah, but he couldn't have said that because I'm sitting here, why would you say it? And then after all of that, your mind's got, and then it's gone. Do you know what I mean? It's 10 minutes have passed and you're still trying to figure out if that actually happened.
If it happened, you know what you do? You sit there, you're like, nah. And then you try to justify it. Like, did they mean it in another way? Like,
trust. That's exactly what.
Wrong.
Yeah, and your head's just all over the place. Yeah, so I felt sorry for him, and I DM'd him and said, you know what, like, I support you, bro. I hope you're good and blah 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 and everything like that. I've never spoken to Prime. I've never been on a stream with him, nothing like that. But I reached out to him, I DM'd him and said, look, you good, blah blah blah. And the support that I saw just flowing in for him, it was actually touching because this YouTube thing, not too long ago, was just people trying to be at each other's necks, and now when you see the amount of support everyone's got on this YouTube thing, it's good to see, and it's good that everyone like was speaking up about it and not just saying, oh, you know what, that was bad, but it was actually saying this can't run, someone has to do something. You know what I mean? It was quite
How bits and bobs. I saw a lot of bits and bobs. I know there was a lot of people that defended him, but I saw bits and bobs, and he was gunning for it, and I like that because you have to stick up. You have to stick up, and you know what you guys said. Like sometimes it doesn't even get into your head like this has happened. Because I'm pretty sure I didn't watch back the stream. Maybe the stream. Sorry, not that stream. I'm talking about something different. But I'm pretty sure I heard someone say the N word, but they weren't saying it to someone. They were saying it as like, you know, like how you say "what up, ma," like that. So I feel like someone said that, but in my head I was like, nah, he didn't say that. Nah, did he? And I was just thinking, oh, you know, he just meant it as like, yeah, well, but obviously he wasn't. He's not black. But maybe I was just hearing things, and in all honesty, I can't. There was this was like a while ago, so I can't even find what video I was watching. I can't even find which video I was watching. So, and it was like a 2-hour, 3-hour video, and I was just like, yeah, I'm not gonna sit through here to see if it was or wasn't. I don't think the person is. I just think it's just how they talk, innit? You know. But in all honesty, innit, here I am making excuses, trying to justify it. It's wrong. It's just wrong. It's just wrong. Anyways,
you know the thing is as well.
I must have been at work one time, and we're having a conversation. There's like a group of us, and one girl turns around and she's talking to somebody else. We're having separate conversations, but we're all huddled together. Mm-hmm. And I hear it's a white girl, and I hear her say, "Oh, N-word, please," like that. I must have just stopped, like I stopped what I was saying, and I stopped. And I was like, "Nah, surely not." And no word of a lie, I must have been there for a good 30, 40 seconds, just quiet. Like I couldn't understand how someone could be so brazen, like zero restraint. Just say it just like that. And it made me think, like, if you could do this right here, right now, in front of my face, what kind of things would you say behind my back?
Just.
And then after the 30, 40 seconds, she got salt and pepper from me. Don't worry.
But you know what the thing is as well is people won't understand the impact it has. Do you know what I mean? Unless you've been on the receiving end of that, especially when you're in a surrounding where you're the only one. Do you know what I mean? Because something happened to me. I was in Bali last year, and we was at this beach club, and this Australian guy, funny enough, came over, and he was saying some wild stuff. I mean, he thought he was being like complimentary, talking about black man, a big dick, and and all this kind of thing. But my thing was, I'm in a place where, like, if something kicks off, if I now start fighting this brother or whatever, I'm in Bali. I'm the angry black man. And if I'm getting done by police over there, I'm getting licked down. It ain't even like I'm just going to jail. I'm getting licked down and I ain't seeing my home again. So I had to firm that, and I had to just like basically, joke it off. Yeah, all right, see you later, that kind of thing. But inside I'm thinking, I will punch this brother up. If this was back home, I would have punched him up. But I can't do that because of my surroundings. And that,
you know what the worst thing is, Devo? Sorry to cut you off, but the worst thing is, even if you did that here in this country where we live, you'd still be the angry black man.
Yeah, but I know that I could just go to the police station and walk out.
Just go to the police station.
Do you know what I mean? I could go to the police station, walk out like a day later, and it's calm. Do you know what I mean? If I go present in Bali, I ain't going home again. Do you know what I mean? I ain't playing with them places. Do you know what I mean? So but inside you have such frustration because you know you can't handle it the way you'd wish to, because of the way it's going to be perceived, even if you're right or wrong.
Yeah,
it's a perception thing, and usually I don't give a shit how I'm perceived. But in that instance, surrounded by all of these people who are gonna A, get me in legal trouble, B, create a massive scene or whatever. Do you know what I mean? It's just one of those things where people won't understand that situation unless you've actually been in it.
I've been in a similar situation. There was a time where I joined a fitness group, and it was my first session, and it was raining, and my hair, I've got afro hair, but these times I think I'd put like 2 doo-doo plait in my hair and I tied it back. But it was raining, and when water gets on my hair, it doesn't go into my hair. Some of you here may know it just sits on top.
Mm-hmm.
So I basically got like a puddle in the middle of my head. And the guy who's leading the group, the white guy, he thinks it's okay to highlight that in front of everyone. So, water doesn't go inside your hair, does it? It just sits on top. And in that moment, I felt like how you felt. I felt like I can't do anything here. I'm the only brown person here. And if I react the way that I want to react, I'm going to have overreacted. They're going to say that I'm the angry black girl, and there was a different way that I could have dealt with it. So I know exactly what it feels like to be in that situation. The other situation I mentioned, it was a situation where I could react how I wanted to, and I could say what I wanted to say.
Yeah. I'm glad that Terry put together that stream so that Prime could get to say what he wanted to say to that brother. Yeah. Because I watched part of it. I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched parts of it, but you can see Prime, when the thing started, you could see the anger building up in him because he was just reliving what was said. Mm-hmm. And for him to be able to get that out and say what he wanted to say to him and say like X, Y, Z, I felt a vindication for Prime. I felt good for him that he had the opportunity to say that, because a lot of the time when we get abuse, whether it's online or whatever, we don't get to have that justification afterwards. It's just they've said what they said, they carry on, and we live with that. We take that on board, and that festers within us. And whoever, we have all this racism online now where people are keyboard warriors and think they can. We had it ourselves, Jay. When then people running up on our streams just dropping racism abuse every week. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? And in the end, we just laughed it off because we messaged YouTube, nothing happened. Do you know what I mean? And in the end, they got bored or whatever and just left. But every week, we was getting these racists running up in the show, and we laughed it off in the end, and they got bored. But we shouldn't have to do that. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? We shouldn't have to do that.
But the question I want to put before we move on to our next subject is it's on this racism. How do we deal with this? Like, I know that's what we're talking about now, but where do we go from it? How do we deal with it? Because obviously we bottle up these feelings that you say, because obviously depending on how the situation they're in, the surrounding, we're going to be told we're the angry this person, we're going to be told, oh, this guy's joking. They're always going to try, fan it down and make it seem like we're overreacting or we're wrong. So how do we deal with this? Because different people react to things differently. Some other person, obviously it's on the stream, but if it was in real life, I saw a video where these guys were racially abusing some these 3 black guys, and then the train stopped, and then when they were leaving the train, and then one of them just grabbed it, clapped him straight in his face, punched, knocked him out. He was knocked out on the train. He couldn't even get up. Knocked him out cold. Obviously, you react like that, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, why are you punching him? Why are you doing that?" How about you look at the person that was provoking him? Look at him. So, but this is how they do it. They push it over to us, and we're the problem. Like, it's our fault that we are getting victimized like this. So it's a strong one. So how do we deal with something like this, especially like, for instance, in Prime's case, where he's online, like he can't. How does he deal with? How do we deal with this? Obviously, what do you guys say?
Do you know what I think? Like, at the end of the day, obviously, racism is one of them things that has been there so long. It's going to take a long time for it to kind of go. Do you know what I mean? If ever.
It's never going to go.
Like, the way I see it is, if you see anything, because the main thing with Prime was not obviously what was said was disgusting. Do you know what I mean? And it's good that the guy got cancelled. I said like cancelled, because he wasn't only cancelled, like he has been, like he's everywhere. So there's no way, even if you didn't watch that stream, you'll know what's happened, or you'll know his face. Do you know what I mean? But at the same, and I think he'll probably lose his job if KFC find out. You know, it's happened a lot in America. A lot of people have lost their jobs over racism online. So even though it sounds like he wouldn't, it actually has happened quite a lot. But I think, like, for me, you've got to call it out. You can't sit there in silence on a stream when someone's being abused, even if he was gay and it was homophobia. Do you know what I mean? Whatever it is, you've got to call it out. And the main issue around that area, and why Bits and Bobs was so angry about it, was the fact that no one said anything. They just let him get targeted like that and just kind of sat there. And then the next thing that was said after that was they were laughing, and then they said, "Oh, that was awkward." So it's what happened after made it worse, made it 10 times worse than what it actually was. You know what I mean? And I just think, like, for me, like, I feel very strongly on racism because I grew up in a white area and I was racially abused before I knew what racism was. Like, do you know what I mean? There's a lot of things, like, when I was younger, like your hair, everything. Like, my hair wasn't naturally like this. I relaxed the hell out of it. Do you know what I mean? Because I was told from when I was very little that my hair was not how it was supposed to be. Because I used to have like ringlet curls when I was little. And it's like things like that, like identity stuff. Like, when you say that to little kids, like the way that affects them in life, it's just like they don't think of it like that. Like, they see it as like a comment, like, "Oh, well, you know, your hair's different, so let me just take the mick out of it." But what they don't realize is the knock-on effect of what they say. Do you know what I mean? And it's just like I just tired of it. Like, obviously it's always gonna happen, but for me, you just need to spread as much awareness as you can, you know, and obviously call it out if you see it. You know, don't let people fight it on their own. Because everyone could have just turned a blind eye and been like, "Yeah, Prime didn't seem too bad, but let's just leave it." You know? But he needed people like Bobs, people like Terry, everyone really that supported him. And like we were saying earlier, I like the fact that this YouTube thing is like a family. Do you know what I mean? If something happens, everyone's like knows each other. Like, I knew a few of the people in it before. Like, I know Flawless personally, and I know Neat personally. But like a lot of people have still met through this thing, and it's nice that everyone's so supportive. But it's just going to keep happening until people realize, like him, he's learned the hard way, because he's never going to be on a stream again. Because who's inviting him on? Do you know what I mean? So as long as people know they can't get away with it, and people are calling it out, you know, hopefully we're still going to get comments. We're still going to get Twitter stuff. Like the abuse that Mark was getting, the abuse that Rashford was getting, all of that is just next level madness. So you're always going to get that, because there's always going to be nameless people.
Yeah. What we have to remember is
reason to be on a stream, and the one who said it wasn't one of them like a little comment or a joke.
No,
he was very, very clear with what he was saying.
Yeah. But what we have to remember as well is that like people are going to see this, and it's not going to mean that people are no longer racist. It just means they're not going to vocalize it. They're not going to say it on the screen. They're not going to be brazen with it. They'll just keep that to themselves, like they used to before Trump and all them man made it popular to be racist. They'll go back to being quiet. Do you know what I mean? And that's the thing with racism and just hate in general, is that people have that within them. That's not going to change. They're not going to lose that. They just won't be able to say it freely like they are at the moment. So that's all that's going to happen. And they
get called out and they get exposed, and then they hate you even more after that, but they just stay quiet.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
and that's the thing. And that's the thing. Go on, Bianca. Sorry.
Oh no, I was just going to say that obviously within the football YouTube community that everybody here is in, we all know each other, so everyone's going to stand up, and it's not just his fight, it's all of our fights. But it needs to expand. It needs to be bigger than that. Everybody who sees something like that, if you are against racism and you are not a racist, you need to call it out. You need to make it your fight as well. That's what needs to happen as far as I'm concerned, because when I saw the clip, what I saw was, it's like there was one guy I remember specifically, and you can tell just by his facial reaction that he heard what was said. You could tell just in that moment he heard it, and he was like, oh shit, basically, like, what do I do here? I'm stuck here. He should have said something. Like, he didn't say anything, but like in a situation like that, if you're in that situation, open your mouth, because it makes you look like you are okay with it. Even if you're not, you have to address it. There's no use in people sitting there, retweeting things or liking things or putting things on Facebook and blacking out their Instagram. I need you to take some sort of action when this stuff happens.
That's it.
Like, this is why I would have so much respect for someone like Terry, because it wasn't on Terry's stream. It wasn't Terry's fight. He's used his privilege and he's put it out there. That we need more of that. In terms of like comments and stuff that we all get on YouTube, I mean, the platforms need to do more to address that. If you're caught doing any of that stuff, you are blocked for good. There's no second chances as far as I'm concerned. You can't come back on this platform. When I started out doing the football YouTube stuff, Javerne will back me up here. Oh my goodness, I used to get compared to every single black footballer going, the ones that I didn't even look like. I'll take Leroy Sane, he's cute, that's fine. But you know what I mean? Like, the abuse I used to get, like my hair or my nose or this black thing or whatever, like black scouser they used to call me, and it was constant. And the thing is, if you see someone constantly writing that stuff, you block it and report it. Get rid of them. Take them off the platform. Do we need to look at, maybe when you sign up to these platforms, do we need to ask people to put some sort of identification?
Yes.
That's what it has to come to. Do you need to put your driving license? That's what it's going to have to come to. And
that's what it's going to have to come to.
I'll think twice.
And do you know what? Like you say as well, like every racist incident that happens, there's always a paper trail. That no one is ever racist once. You're not racist. You don't just come out with one racist comment and it's like you've never said it before. Like, and the way that he said it, like, I knew there was going to be a paper trail. And Terry actually pulled up something that he'd said on, like, I don't know, Instagram or something a while ago.
Yeah.
Like, there's always a paper trail, and it never gets stopped. To the point where he's been able to go on YouTube and racially abuse someone and no consequences. Do you know what I mean? Consequences from our community, but no consequences from Facebook, who own all of these platforms. Do you know what I mean? Or YouTube.
The problem is, what happens is they make these accounts, and then the Avi accounts or whatever they call them, and then they just make new ones. They can circumvent bans. They just create VPNs, and then they create new accounts, and they can just keep coming back. So the only way is identification. It's legit. When you sign up for a social media account, it should legit be like, for instance, when I'm trying to sign up to a Monzo account, I have to record a video with my face, and I've got to scan my passport. If that's, I think that's what we're gonna have to go to, because then at least that way you'll be held accountable for all the crap that you say online.
Yep, and you should have to give a next of kin as well. So if you do any wild shit, they're gonna tell your mom. They're racist.
Yeah,
But
so you
yeah,
can be
so
caught, and then it's a criminal offence, and then you can be prosecuted. That's what
There
needs
you
to
go.
happen. And
Trust.
obviously, when that happens, are people
Mm.
going to think twice and stop
trust. That's the
releasing
only
these
way
people?
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now there's too much immunity, and you involve that, and then you'll see how it goes down.
Mhm.
But let's see, we are almost running out of time, so we're gonna just fly into our last segment here for the show, which is our Would You Rather segment, where we just throw out some Would You Rather stuff and we just talk about it, see what people say. What I want to do going forward, I legit want to make a thread, our own thread that that I'll post out, so then we can get people on Twitters, and then if we never might get some really good responses if it goes viral, and then we can obviously discuss it on the show. So I think what we could do is we can make our own Would You Rather, which we put in a thread, and then we can then discuss that in the week after when we're doing a new one, so we don't answer those ones, if that makes sense.
You lost me, bro. You lost me, but just
Okay, don't worry. But yeah, that I'll explain it more in the voice note afterwards.
You lost me,
But
bro.
let me fling it up. So Neeks and Devo have
I don't
subjected
know
us
if we
to
got
this
time to
today.
go through all of them, but there's
Yeah,
some.
we don't have time for them. We'll do a couple and we'll
Yeah.
save the rest for another time. But pick your poison. So would you rather kill your best friend and get away with it, or break into a sperm bank and drink everything?
Boy.
Oh.
My friend's got to go, man. My friend has got to go. See you later.
Yeah, that's you saying that.
I love
Your
her.
best
Well,
friend,
do you know how much sperm is in a sperm bank as well?
Yeah, no.
That's like you're gonna be there for a few hours. That ain't even like
Oh.
one little drink. You know what I mean? That's like
Your
you're there
best
for a
friend.
while. Yeah,
My
I'm gonna.
best friend's
Sorry,
got to
Si.
go, man. There's no
Sorry,
way
Si.
I'm thinking that. Nah, sorry.
Sorry, Si. You gotta go, bro. You gotta go. I look after your picnic. All right,
Golly.
you gotta go.
No.
Bianca, are you there?
I physically don't think I could do that.
Yeah.
I'm here.
no.
I'm here. My battery was going. I'm here.
What sperm bank is it though? Is it one of them big ones, or like is it some little independent sperm bank? Like 6 brothers just been in there, and that's it.
Nah, man. Even that. Nah.
That's wild.
That is. Would you? Oh, no.
What are you saying, Bianca?
You lot are fake still. I'm gonna drink the nut, and I think you two would as well. You just don't want anyone to know. That's what it is. You don't want anyone to know. You don't want anyone to even stay at home right now and visualize you doing it. But Devo, you're gonna drink the nut.
You know what? I physically don't think I could.
Yeah, I don't think I
That's the thing.
could. Think about how much it's going to be.
You have to drink everything. You have to drink the whole thing, everything within the sperm. I don't know if I could do that. I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna kill my friend.
No,
I've got other friends.
I've got
You said I've got other friends. I'm done.
Right, let's see. Next one.
Wait, Javon, you didn't say that.
Devo, why you do this to me?
Oh, God.
No, man, I can't. This is mad. Who makes these things, man? Kill your best friend or get away. I can't kill my best friend. At the same time, I can't drink a sperm bank dry.
You know what the key thing is in that question is the get away with it part. Because if it was just kill your best friend,
No, but I know.
then you're basically gonna have to drink sperm in jail anyway. So you know what I mean?
No, but
As long as you
your
get
best
away with
friend's
it,
watching this, knowing that you're gonna kill them.
yeah, he would
You
do
don't
the
want to
same.
drink sperm.
I'm 100%. He would do the same to me. He'd kill me, and he wouldn't even hesitate. I know he wouldn't. That guy's cold.
You know what it is though? If you're in jail, yeah. Well, not if you're a girl.
You know what? I can't kill
it's
anyone.
Like some
innit?
people out there have done it for free. You get what I'm saying? So people that we end up not liking very much. So you know.
True that.
I think I'll just have to pick
How
B.
you gonna say true that? You know, I'm done.
I can't.
No, honestly, there is girls that are like literally might as well do that.
Well, yeah, anyone, you know.
Yeah, I think you have to be B. I don't think I can kill anyone, so it'll be B for me.
What?
Both of them are terrible, innit? There's no right answer.
I can't kill anyone, man.
But here we
Right.
go.
Next one. Have every partner from now on cheat on you or get shot in both kneecaps.
Oh, cheat on me. Cheat.
Yeah,
cheat.
hey, yeah.
That's
I need
okay.
money caps.
We can both cheat, baby. That's not no problem.
That's fine. That's not even.
All right, so everyone here is A. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Next one.
My knees are made in China as it is. I couldn't. No way.
This one's easy as well.
Pick your poison.
A.
Yell dirty pigs every time you see a cop, or have a bird poop in your mouth every time you yawn.
You know what?
Yeah, that's so easy.
Because we're in England, I'm going for A.
Yeah.
If we was in America,
Yeah.
like you don't even say that twice. Do you know what I mean? And then, you know, people be marching, yelling your name. You know what I mean? There'll be murals of your face up.
I'm gonna go for A, no matter where I am in the world, because if you say dirty pigs anywhere, look, the most you're gonna hold is a few licks.
In America,
a few bullets.
They will shoot you dead. They will shoot you dead.
Right. So once we're all in agreement for A. Right.
I don't want bird tattoo in my mouth.
Next one. Never have sex again,
B.
or eat all the hair from a stranger's shower's drain.
You didn't even have to tell me what B was. As soon as I saw A, I knew it was B. You're mad.
B, definitely.
You can't give me this God-given talent and I can't use it.
Yeah. Oh my God. I said yeah at the wrong time.
Boy.
Yeah,
that's like telling Messi he can't kick ball again.
Eating all the hair from a stranger's shower drain tap.
That's disgusting, but
put that in some bread or a pancake or something. Chop it down.
What if you die? Then you don't have sex anyway.
What if the strangers have hope?
What?
Then yeah, right. If it's have hope, yeah, right.
It's only pubes, you're fine.
yeah.
And chest hair and pure chest hair.
I guess.
Love you, Double H.
I guess it is B then. I guess it is B.
It's got to be.
Next one. Drink a bag of blood from the blood bank, or drink a diarrhea milkshake. Nah, you know what? I'm sorry. I think this has to be the last one because I think these are gonna get wild. And this alone, I can't pick. It's disgusting.
It's got to be A.
Disgusting, but it's got to be A.
Come on.
Sorry.
Diarrhea, that smell would not you see. At least blood is a little bit.
But I can't. I don't deal with blood well.
I don't, but diarrhea in a milkshake.
That can't touch your lips. That can't. No, man.
Yeah, the blood, it's got to be the blood, surely. Unless can it kill?
No, because if it's in a blood bank, then it's got to be clean, and it's got to be. It can't be like.
I guess so. Yeah. I guess. I guess. I can't believe I can say this. It's gonna be blood bank. Golly, look at that trending topic. Jeff Bezos to step down as Amazon CEO. I wonder what's going on there. Yeah. All right, let's see the next one.
Last one.
Okay, last one. Put your hand in a blender and turn it on, or watch Two Girls, One Cup with your grandparents.
I've never even watched Two Girls, One Cup on my own.
What?
So no, I've never watched that. I don't know. No, you don't need to. I know what happens.
For me, 2 Girls and 1 Cup wasn't even that bad.
No, it was disgusting.
End the stream.
It's disgusting, but it wasn't like some people were throwing up and stuff. Like I didn't think it was that
They're
bad.
eating poo, throwing up, then eating the vomit and the poo, then throwing that back up, and then eating it again and again.
No.
Spoiler.
Bianca, you worry me.
What?
You worry me. That's not too bad. I don't even know what your viewing habits are.
I didn't enjoy it, but I wasn't just like, because there was reaction videos and stuff. I really thought it was going to be something that was going to like blow me away. Like I just saw girls doing that.
What would blow
you away?
What would blow you away? I'm worried.
I don't know, but that didn't. That didn't.
Oh my days. No, I don't. Yeah, if you put your hand in a blender.
Yeah, your hand's gone.
How deep is the blender?
Nah,
you put your hand in a little bit and turn it on, and then you don't have to really.
Now, me and my grandparents are watching that. They'll have to forget about it because there's no way I'm putting my hand in a blender.
Oh, good. Yeah, because your hand will be beyond repair. But then you might be able to, you might be able to fix up a little Paralympian team.
No.
Get some sponsorship. Do you know what I mean? I wonder if you had your hand chopped off and you became like a Paralympic, could you do sprinting? Even though you
Sorry, just to put it in here, now that we think about it, if the stranger is Rihanna, then yes. Yeah.
So why would you eat Rihanna's hair from the drain?
I'm just saying it. Like the guy said, it's a simp season, isn't it? Like
It doesn't matter
Rihanna's
whose hair it is. It's just hair. It doesn't matter if it.
Yeah, I know, but at least I know it's Rihanna's hair, innit?
So
I can
why
say
would that
I
make
ate
it any different?
At least it makes it better, innit? But
No, it
yeah,
don't
I
make
just
it
wanted
any
to add that in.
It would only be better if it was still attached to Rihanna.
I'm done.
Yeah, I think we should end it there.
But yeah, thank you, Bianca, for joining us today.
You're welcome.
Hopefully, we'll see you. Huh?
I had a good time. You know what? I've had a crap week. I needed a laugh. I needed to get cheered up. So thanks, guys. Thanks for having me on.
I'm glad we could help.
No problem. Anytime. Feel free to jump on next week or whenever you want to jump on. If anyone wants to jump on, you just drop us a message. We can work something out. But yeah, Bianca, you're welcome anytime.
It's always crazy in here.
It's always, if you see some of the stuff we've spoken about before,
we'll save it for another time. But I'm going to ask you about the whole 100 bodies thing. But we'll save that for another time.
We didn't even get to speak about our role models. We didn't.
We'll do that next week.
Musicians, yep, because obviously we went off on a very good topic. But yeah, once again, guys, thank you for joining us. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, make sure you do. I saw a comment earlier saying, "This is the football dugout. How comes we're talking about everything else other than football?" But they said they did like it. I just wanted to put it out there. We do talk about everything football in here. This is just the only time we talk about something other than football. So make sure you drop by again. Drop by, because sometimes there's so much things to talk about in it. Football's good, but there are things out there to be spoken about. So yeah, just tune in every Tuesdays. I was gonna say something else. Oh yeah, I see all you guys commenting in the comment section. Sorry, I didn't bring up everyone's comments, but I have acknowledged them, especially when we were talking about when colorism and the black community. I saw all those comments. Sorry I didn't get to bring them up. Obviously, we're all in such of a discussion that I didn't get to bring them up. So your comments are seen, and we will put up comments as we can. But yeah, once again, like the video, subscribe, all of that stuff there. Just do it. Hit us up on the podcast, all of that. And yeah, we'll see you all very, very soon.
Good night.